button. Once the button is pressed, based on that particular action, the workflow will be transition will be taken place. For example, if you take this diagram, if you are having the three possibilities here, start this notification when, in the earlier sessions, if you see, open your existing workflow, just go to open, see here, go to open database, apps, connect to database like this, then go to your workflow. What is the workflow you have developed? XXMRA sending notification, just click on OK. Here the symbol itself indicates that it is from the database. Just click on process. Here what it is saying here in the earlier session, we have created this one. Here the notification is started here, it is sent to the person and it is end. That's it. There is no action taken place. But now what is my requirement is I need to send the notification to the manager, and once he approves, I need to send that notification to the person who is under the person who is working under. That is my requirement. Before that, for that, whether he approved or not, I would like to know. How can I know? How would I know? So based on by using the lookup types, we can achieve that. We will be providing approve, reject, and some other buttons also. I would like to provide acknowledge or some other forward also. Anything I can if I add in the lookup types, lookup as a lookup values, they will be reflected as a button. Let us try with we will try with this example. So if you once you what are the buttons you want to provide to the user? Because you need to decide XXMRA, approve, reject, forward. Next, what you want to do? Approve, reject, forward, and acknowledge. These are the four values I want to provide. XXMRA, MGR, action. Same thing I would like to provide here. XXMRA, MGR, action. With the following. What are the actions you have? Approve, reject. Description you can write anything. Approve, reject, forward, acknowledge. Click on apply. Just you created the acknowledgement lookup type. That's it. I want to create a new lookup code. See, if you want to create a lookup type, you just place your cursor on the lookup types. Click on right click. New. If I want to create lookup codes, you have to place your cursor on the new lookup type. You place your cursor and right click, new lookup code. So what is the lookup code you want to provide? Approve. You want to provide approve. Whatever you write here, this will be displayed to the user. This will, if you want to access this value from this lookup type, you need to use here internally. Now, new lookup code. What is the new lookup code I want to use here is reject. Here, reject. Here, reject. Now reject is completed. What is the new lookup code you want to use here? Forward. Forward. And the last one is acknowledge. Acknowledge. These are the four values I want to provide. Here, whenever you want to associate this lookup type to the notification, you need to follow these two. You need to attach the lookup type to the notification. You need to attach the lookup to the message as well. If you miss anyone, it will throw an error. First, we will try to attach it. Go to process. Here, go to notification. Here, you can see what is the tab you need to consider is result type. Result type where you will mention here lookup type. See here, when you click on XX, here automatically it will show you. Apply. Just click on validate. See here the error what you are getting. Notification activity is message must have a respond attribute named result. So when you associate any lookup type to the notification, same must be associated to the associated message. What is the associated message? Message to the manager. What is the message here? Go to message. Here go to result tab. Here you need to mention a manager, anything you name you can give here manager or MGR result type. You can give any name MGR result. So what is the lookup you have created? XX MRA manager action. Click on apply. See here, whenever the lookup is added to the notification, the same lookup type must be attached to the message also. Here, when you attach a result here to the message, see here I'm clearing it. When you attach a result type, the symbol you will get here question mark means this message is accepting some results. Just go to this one again. I'm creating as I cleared that one. Manage MGR result. MGR result. What is the lookup type you have created? XX. So see the symbol it has got changed. Now validate it. Now you don't get any errors. But here you have given how many actions you are expecting from the notification. 4 actions. How many actions? 4 actions. So here you need to change. You can use that particular lookup type in the notification. You can provide the as a buttons as well as you can capture the result also. You can change the direction of your workflow also. Just place your cursor here. Just drag and drop here up to here. See here, it will ask approve, reject, forward, acknowledge. Means if the person who got the notification, if he approves, I want to go in this direction. If the person who rejects, it has to go in some other direction. But anyway, we should have one end, right? So the person who rejects, it has to go in this direction. If the person is having forward, then it has to go in this direction. If the same person is acknowledge, it should go in this direction. This is very important. Lookup type has 2 tasks. It can be used for two purposes. First one is to provide the buttons for the notifier or performer, and to change the direction of your workflow. We use lookup types with lookup codes. But whenever a node is created, you should mention that boss, this is a end node. Otherwise, it will throw error. It won't throw error, but what would happen is it will never end. The activity will be always inactive. So whenever end is added, go to node tab. Here, make sure it is end. When you go to this end, go to end. Now the workflow is completed. So what is the task here? Whenever the notification sent to the performer, if he approves, I should go in this direction. If he rejects, I should go in this direction. If he forward, I should go in this direction. If he acknowledged, it should go in this direction. These are the 4 directions here. So that why we are changing the transition of your workflow means you can add here any function between these two. You can add any function, so that, see here, let us try here. Here I would like to add here one more function. Yes, I can add function. Just simply here I would like to add one more function. Say, just for example, I am writing here. So here when it goes here, it should go in this way. So that I can do some tasks when he approves. I want to capture the performer action. Then I will be using this kind of lookups. Here for this case, I don't need go to approve. Now validate. So what it is saying? So this function need to be deleted because we have not used it. It is not associated with any function. That's why it is throwing error. See. Now I would like to save this particular workflow into database. Apps. This. Now I would like to run this particular workflow from the backend. This is the code which we have discussed in the last video. Here, what are the parameters we need to give? We need to give item type. What is item type? What is our item type? Go to item. Its item type is this one. Go to item type. Already I have given in the last class. Only we need to change the item key here. I want to give item key is 59 because I have already used it. 59. Here also 59. Here also 59. Go to this one. Now who got the notification? This is if you can remember, already we have given the performer. Go to node tab. Here performer we have. So this notification is gone to whom? Brown. What is his login ID? Login ID is C Brown. Yesterday we have discussed. It is, you can get it from the backend FND users table. Now he got the notification today itself. So I'm opening this one. See here, acknowledgement, approve, forward, reject. So it is similar to here. See what is the sequence you are having? Acknowledge, approve, forward, reject. If you want to change this particular sequence, you can change it. Just drag and drop. So it is not possible to change. Okay, it's okay. So whatever the sequence you see, the same sequence you will get from in the front end. See, the person who got the notification, he can acknowledge, he can approve, he can forward, he can reject. These are the 2 buttons which we are getting from the Oracle itself. By default, we are getting these 2. This is the text message which we have created in the text body, message body. So once he acknowledges, the message has got some result. See here. Once he acknowledged, this person acknowledged, the direction of the workflow will be like this. If he forwards, direction of this workflow is like this. Now observe here, this notification gone here. If you observe an older one which is submitted in the earlier, see, did you get any approve, reject, forward and acknowledge? No, because at that time we have not created any lookups. This is the importance of the lookup. And here, in order to capture his particular result, we are using these transitions. This is very, very important. And I would like to see the status diagram of this particular workflow. What is item key? 59. And who is the owner of this particular workflow with item key 59? Operation. That's why I'm going to operations login ID, operations login, go to web applications, workflow web application, administrator web applications, go to administrator workflow, go to developer studio, see here, go to status monitor, and here your workflow name is XX, item type is XXMGR not, and item key is 59. You can see here what is your item key. This is item key. Copy it, paste here. Go. Yes, he is able to see here. Now it is the status of the workflow is complete. I want to see the status diagram for this one. See here how it is going. The notification triggered. It went to performer. Who is the performer? C Brown. He is a performer, and he acknowledged it. That's why it gone to in this direction. If he forwards, in this direction. If he rejects, in this direction. If he approves, in this direction. This is the importance of the lookup types. We are having one more usage. We'll discuss it. And I would like to conclude 2 points. In order to change the transition of the workflow, we use workflow lookup types. And in order to provide the buttons to the notifier or the performer, we use lookup types. This is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Please watch next. Hi friends. In this video session, we will concentrate on attributes. Attributes nothing but it is a global variable that can be accessed or referenced in any activity within the item type. If you define any attribute under this particular item type that can be accessed across the 7 components, you can access in the process, you can access in the notification, you can access in the function and events, and in your messages also. Anywhere you can access your attributes. And in this topic only, we will cover another way of usage of your lookup types. Just now in the previous video sessions, we have discussed about the lookup types, how we can associate them with the messages and notification. We can use this lookup types in your attributes also. We'll cover that point also in this particular topic. We'll go one by one. Now, my point is, this particular workflow, when it is kicked from front end or back end, it always go to only one single person called Brown Casey. Always it will go to this person only. You kick any n number of times, it will never change because we have hard coded the performer. In real practice, 99% it is not the case. This particular performer will be assigned dynamically, not directly through the constant. The other case is using the attribute only. Here the value, this is whatever the variable you define here, say test. When you use here, go to node, when you use here item attribute, automatically the test will come here. That means, boss, I'm using for this notification as a performer the item attribute value. That is what you are saying, and you can assign any value to this test attribute. This is a global variable. So now we will discuss about the item attribute. Before that, I would like to differentiate between what is mean by constant, what is mean by variable. See here, I have written one begin block here. When you run this one n number of times, every time it will show only one value. So this is the case what we are doing now. And what I am expecting is, when I am running this particular anonymous block. I have given Cbron. Yes, it is accepted. Again, I have given Cbron. Okay, accepted. But later on, I changed my mind. I want to send this workflow to our operations. Yes, I can change the value. I want to send it for Scott. Yes, I want to send this particular workflow to Scott. Yes, I can send. So here the dynamic values are accepted by this particular beginning block, and dynamic values are not going to be accepted by this particular beginning block. Once the coding is completed, I can't change this one because it is hard coded. So for that reason, what we are doing is we are reading the values from the user to whom you want to send, that we are giving here. So in the similar way, we are going to use the attribute, which is a global variable which we can access across your item type, and to which we can give the any value at any time as per our requirement. So how to create attribute? Just go to, so this is your workflow. I would like to open my workflow from the database. Apps base. What is your workflow name? XX? No, MRA sending notification. Okay, something went wrong. I have not saved correctly. Okay, what is our workflow name? It is there in my local machine also. See here, I would like to save this particular one to the database because it is corrupted. Apps, yeah. So now observe here, when you save it, when you open your workflow, here you can see your process, right, like this. And here under the item type, you can see here attributes. Just right click, new attribute. That's it. What is the name you would like to use here? For good understanding, I would like to use here supervisor. So now the supervisor is of number data type, or date data type, or lookup, or form, URL, document, role, attribute, event. So I can give you text here, similar to your beginning block here. Text is nothing but varchar, which is going to accept up to 4000 characters. So default, if you want to give any value, yes, you can give. If you want to give default as C Brown, yes, you can give. But it is not going to be same every time. The default value comes populate automatically, but you can change it. But in the previous case, it is not like that. The default, whether it is a default or whatever it is, always it will go to C Brown, because we have used in the notification constant. Click on apply. Now go to notification, go to node tab, go to performer, attribute, change from constant to attribute. Now change the value of the value, select the value as supervisor. Just click on apply. Okay, see here, if you want to change anything in the attribute itself, yes, you can go to node, performer, supervisor, just go to edit. You can change here also. No need to go to this particular tab again. Here, no need to go here. If I want to change I want to make this particular notifier as default as CBrown. But after some time, you can select any value. You can see in the front end. Don't worry about it. So with this, the text attribute is development is completed. Just validate it, just see whether you are getting correctly or not. Just save it to the database. Apps base. Now it is saved perfectly. Now I would like to run this particular workflow from the back end, the front end. We will see the difference. So who is the owner of this particular one? Sysadmin. The person who have access, he'll be the owner. Now what is the responsibility we need to go? Workflow administrator, web application, and here home. Go to developer studio. Now I'm running the workflow. First I will see with the attribute how the workflow will behave. XX mgr. What is your item type? Go to this particular workflow, go to item type. This is your item type. I'm running the workflow from the front end. I'm not doing anything here. See here, he is able to run, right? See, when you click on run, in the previous case, did you get any attribute values? No. If you remember or not, you can visit my, this particular section is not there in the previous sections, and it is not asking the supervisor value. And if you observe here, what is the value you are seeing by default? C brown. Why? Because here you have selected for this attribute what is the default value? C brown. That's why it is defaulting automatically. If the user misses this value also, automatically C brown will be taken by this particular attribute. Now I have changed my mind. I want to send it to the operations. Yes. Okay. So what is item key you would like to have? I would like to have 61 here. What is the user key you want to see? Don't think that it is not necessary. It is very important. If you understand front end how it is running, then only you can run it from the back end. And if you want to change the workflow owner, yes, you can change from here, similar to the back end. Here, who is the owner for this particular particular item type? 51. Item key, item type and item key XXMG are not 51. Who is the owner for this? Owner, operations is the owner. And for this item key, for this user key, for this item attribute, who is the owner? Sysadmin you are mentioning. I don't want to mention his name. I want to mention C Brown is the owner. Yes, C Brown is there. Yes. So Brown KC automatic. Who is the owner of this particular item key and item type? Now Brown KC. He is able to see the status monitor, and the sysadmin is able to see the sysadmin is able to see this particular status monitor, as well as Brown KC also is able to see this particular status monitor. Now who is the supervisor? Who is going to get the notification? Supervisor is operations. So the notification will be kicking to the operations user submit. So what it is saying, workflow type XXMRA sending notification MGR with item key 61 already exists. So it is duplicate. That's why it is asking one more item key. So just click on submit. Nothing wrong here. It is kicked perfectly. Now who will get the notification? We have given a supervisor as operations. So operations user will get the notification now. Just go to operations, login. So here if you see what is the date, here you can see in my laptop is 14 and here also 14. So this is a new message which is kicked from the backend. So see here, this is a notification which we got. See here, who got this particular notification? Operations got notification, but here see, hi Brown, you are getting. So this text message have one bug, and here the working of this workflow little bit changed, right? If you want to change, if you want to send this particular workflow to anyone, yes, you can send it to anyone. By default it will go to Brown, C Brown. The drawback in this particular text message is it is not coming in the correct alignment, and second one is we'll cover that one in the HTML body, and the data is correct only, and C Brown we are getting here Brown, it is not coming directly, it is not coming correctly, because we are sending this notification to operation, but here still it is coming because it is a hard coded. But I want to get the hi with the username, application username only. I don't want that, I don't want always Brown. Now I would like to approve it. Yes, it is approved. And who is the owner of this particular workflow? C Brown is the owner of the workflow. Here you are not able to see, right? Workflow. Let us try this. Okay, do we have sysadmin? System administrator, yes. System administrator, workflow, administrator, workflow, home. Yeah. And status monitor. What is the item key? What is item type? What is item key? It is a 61, I think, right? 62. Let us see you are able to see or not, or else go to status diagram. It is approved. See here how the transition has been taken place. Gone to particular operations. Who got this particular notification? Operations, user, and he approved it. That's why we got the transition in this direction. But small drawback, I told you, in the message body you are not getting correct name. To whomever the notification is sending, I need to get the name of his particular, I need to get the application user name here. How do I get here is body. Here I need to get whatever the value you give to supervisor attribute, that value you should get here. So what is the only solution is, I want to get this value into this particular message. How can I get that particular value? Means just drag and drop here, drag and drop your variable to your message body. That means your variable is able to, your variable can be accessed through this particular message. And when if you want to access this particular one in RDF reports, we are having two types of user parameter. One is lexical parameter, another one is bind parameter. Here we will be using for accessing particular variable in a notification or anywhere, we will be using ampersand. Go to body. Here just simply use your internal name of your item, internal name of your item attribute, and go to body, place your name of your variable, and please use along with the ampersand. Now what would happen is, whatever the value you give to the supervisor from the front end or back end, whatever it is, then the value can be accessed to that has to be drag and drop to the under the message, that can be accessed in your message also by using internal name with the along with the ampersand. In this way we can access your item attribute in the message also. Now let us try to validate it. We didn't get any errors. Just go to save as, go to database, apps, wish. Okay, now it is saved into your database. Now who is the owner of this particular workflow? Let us try to submit from the developer studio. Will you get or not? Check it out. Go. Did you get here run? No. The only guy who can run this particular workflow is sysadmin only. Go to login. Now I would like to run the workflow. Let us see the text message which we are kicking is correctly coming or not. With your supervisor name. So this is my workflow item type. See here, I can able to run here. See here, who is a default supervisor? C Brown. I want to get what operations, right? Yes, operations I have given. What is item key you would like to give here? X63. Previously we have given 62, 63. User key is not mandatory. See here, if you see here, you can find it. Submit. Now who is the owner? Sysadmin only. So we can't view this particular workflow status of this particular item key from any of the user. Only from sysadmin we can see. So it is kicked from the front end successfully. Log out from this particular user. Now go to who will get this particular notification? Operations. Now see here, notification has been kicked here. Who is your who got this notification now? This person got notification. That's why you got it. If you want to test it, you can test it again. See here, now the text message which we are getting is correctly. Okay, if you want to get it in table, we will be getting it correctly. Okay, and you can reject it. Again I want to send, again I need to go to sysadmin, again I need to run, right? So I don't want to do it. I want to kick the same workflow from the backend. Before that, we will see the status of this particular workflow, and we'll go how to run this particular workflow from the backend, how we can give the values to the attribute. That is very, very important. In 99% in all workflows, we use that particular API, which we are going to discuss. What is a responsibility? Administrator workflow. Go to. Now it is showing. Go to status monitor. Your item type. What is item key? Your item key is 63, I think. Go to this one. See, it is completed normally. Who is the owned by this one? What is the status diagram? Yes, it is approved. Rejected, right? So reject. So if you want to see the transition, how it is transited in another way also, you can see. Go here, instead of going status diagram, you can go to action history also. You can see it is started from here. Notification has been sent. The performer is SquadPad because the person who is associated with the operations is SquadPad. And what is the activity we got? Reject. And then it is gone to end. This is very important. How we can see is by using activity history. We can see direct status diagram, but graphically we can see, and with the status activity history also we can see. And this is what I would like to cover. So we have covered from the front end. Now we will see from the back end. What is the workflow to kick the workflow from the back end? Create process, start process, and you can give the owner also. Now we will add similar, so one more API to this particular block. And new block which we got here is, I need to give the supervisor value, right? How can I set that particular value? Again, there is a API. Along with this, if I want to assign 64, I would like to give here 64. Everything is same. 64. 64. Now I would like to give here, I would like to assign I would like to assign here a new item, new line here. For assigning purposes, assigning any item attributes. So what is the API which we need to use? It is WF engine only. Here you will be having one particular one API is there. Set attribute text. Set item attribute text. This is a procedure which will set the value to your variable from the backend. This is what we need to consider. So I would like to write in the notepad. This is a procedure which we need to set. Here item type means item type of your workflow, and item key means you know that this is a unique key which we will give to identify the item, to identify the workflow. So it is a variable name, the value of your variable name. So how can I kick this particular one means WF engine dot set item text, set item attribute text. What are the parameters? We have 4 parameters, right? First one is item type, comma, second one is item key, comma, third one is a name, fourth one is a value. A name means attribute name, a value means attribute value. A value means attribute value. These are the 4 parameters which I need to supply. I would like to use here referencing method. So what is item type? This one only, right? How can I find that? Go to your item type, double click, you can see internal name of your workflow. So here you need to give here your item type. What is item key which you want to give here? Here whatever you use here, that one you have to give. Now what is a name value? What is your attribute value? Go to your attribute and take your supervisor, take your internal name and place it in your notepad like this. And what is the value you want to give? So this time I would like to change it to another person. Select star from FND user. I want to send it to some other guy. So sysadmin fin C black. Okay, C black. I want to send this particular notification to the C black. He is a new user, right? So in this way we are going to set the value. We are assigning the value here in the beginning block. We can directly using assignment operator we can do it, but here in this particular workflow it is not possible. By using this API only we can set the value. If you want to set the value, if the attribute is number, then what I need to use? WF engine dot set item attr number. If it is a date, WF engine dot set item attr date. It is a document type. There is some other API. There is some other procedure. This is very important and which we will be using very frequently. So here place it after setting the owner. You can place here. Here what is the purpose? Assigning the item attribute values. Now what is the key item key value? 64, right? 64. See here, observe here. In this entire block, this one and item key is a common one. How many times if you want to change item key and item type? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 times you are changing, which is a manual work. So I want to change this particular issue. So just I will place here item type as one more variable v underscore l underscore item type. I'm just changing the code, that's it, in order to reuse the variables l underscore. If I change it for once, it will change across the program. Every time I don't want to change everywhere. Item key, here item key, here item key, here also item key, l underscore item key, and l underscore item type, l underscore item type, l underscore item type, and I need to define them here. And here user key also there, na? User key is also there. I want to use user key also, l underscore user key. So I need to define three variables. One is declare, what is the first variable? L underscore item type, l underscore item key, next variable l underscore item key, third one is l underscore user key. These are the three variables which we need to use here. This is also varchar to 100. I would like to use 100, varchar to 100, item key, item type. So here, what is your item type? What is your item type? This is your item type, right? What is your item key? This is your item key. So instead of writing like this, what I do is, here I'll concatenate 64, I'll give. So what is user key? Similar to this, anything you can give. So the code now, it is generic, no hard coding. And if you want to give here name also, C block, right? You can have here one ampersand variable name also. So right now it is not required. I will tell you when to change this particular code. Copy, paste. You want to give here 64, right? 65, 64 is already there. I think only 2 times you are changing, and rest of the code is not changing, right? This is the purpose of the variables. So now DBMS output, did you get any issues? No, your workflow has been kicked. Who is the owner of your workflow? Owner of your workflow is operations. Owner of your workflow is operations. And what is the item key? This one. Who got the notification? C black. C black, do you have? So the notification is kicked to whom? C black. I would like to log into the user called C black. And do you know what is a password? Yes, it is a welcome only. So so the message you can see here, just click on this one. Yes, you got it. So C block got the information, this notification, so automatically it has been changed and it has been kicked from the backend. Now hope you like it, you understand everything in this video. Kicking the workflow from the backend, kicking the workflow from the front end with attributes. Thanks for watching. Please watch next video. Hi friends, in the last video session we have concentrated on attribute with text type. Now we will see how to work with date and number. When you go to any variables here, we will be having more n number of types, right? So in the last class we have covered, in the last session we have covered text. Now we will cover number and date. Now my requirement is, when the notification is kicked to a person, the performer, I want to get the number of invoices which has holds, which has custom hold, and I want to know, I want to have here report date. Means when this is kicked, already you are having this one, but I would like to have this. How to work with date, I would like to show here. Here I want to have here date also. That is my requirement. When you open your workflow builder, here go to body, open like this. Here I want to have date. Just for understanding the date data type or date attribute type, I am telling this one. I want to have date here, and I want to have here count of invoices which has custom hold. Here how many holds we are having custom hold? XX, MRE, MGR hold 1. So I want to have here, and I don't want to hard code this one. I want to complete it through your item attributes. How can I achieve this? Means just define one more attribute here. Make this as count of INV, count of invoices, count of invoices, and here also count of invoices. And what is the text, what is the data type you want to use? Count always number, right? So I would like to have number here. Now one more attribute I would like to take here. What is the attribute? Is date. So here we can give here data, display name as date, here also date. So what must be the date type here? Type of your attribute is date. So you want to have the format. If you want to have any format, you can have here dd mon yyyy. If you want to have this particular format, you can have format here. Click on OK. Now the attributes have been covered. Now attributes have been created. Now I want to print in which particular body? Message body. So in order to have access of these two, place your two variables, drag and drop like this. So these two also can be accessed by this particular note, particular message. So what is the count name? Internal name is this one. In the body, I would like to use what? Count of custom hold. So how can I access this one? With in conjunction with ampersand like this. So the date I would like to have here is date, in along with the ampersand. Now when you look at this, date will be printed, count also printed. These two will be assigned by whom? By us only. Now validate it, no errors. Go to save as, database, apps, wish. It is successfully saved into the database. Now I would like to kick it from the backend. Before kicking it, I have assigned already supervisor. I can assign with the set item attribute text. But you are having two more variables. What are the variables you are having? Number and date. So when you have a number, we need to use one more API called set item attr number. If you want to set the date attribute, set item attr date. So I need to add two more lines here, wf engine, because I need to assign these two values, otherwise the values will not come. So go to this particular, click on F4 and see what is the procedure for this. You can see here somewhere else. Yes, number. So what are the parameters which we need to give here? Check it out. So these are the parameters which we need to give. This is a procedure in the wf engine. And what are the parameters you are having? These are the four parameters, exactly same. Item key, item type, a name, a value. A name means attribute name, a value means attribute value. What is attribute now which we need to assign? Number. What is the name? What is internal name? This one. Internal name has to be placed here. Internal name has to be placed here. What is a count? You know the count, right? 1. Only one invoice hole is created. That's why I'm giving directly 1. So what is the next API? Set item at attr date. Set item attr date. So same. Only the name of your procedure got changed. That's it. Everything is same. Here this is a procedure name. In the place of item attr number, I need to use set item attr date. That's it. That is the difference. And what is your variable name? Date. This is a date. Internal name is capital date. So I will be using this one only. Make sure there should not be any spaces. So what is the value of this particular one? Value of this date, sys date, right? So I would like to use to char sys date dd mon y, because it is expecting this format only. That's why I'm changing the sys date to this particular format. So this is the coding is completed. If you want to kick it from the backend, first we will see. Let us try to test it from the front end. Who is the owner by default? For kicking the workflow, it is only possible from this particular sysadmin only. Otherwise, it is not possible. From other users, it is not possible. Go to system administrator and workflow administrator administrator web applications, administrator workflow. Go to home or developer studio, anything, because they are tabs only. Go to developer studio. What is your item? This one only. Item type only. This one only. So now I'm running it. That's it. So here item key as 66 I'll give, and item user key as 66 I'm giving. And here the supervisor. See, earlier you got only supervisor. Now you are getting what? Two more we are getting. You may include the decimal value, but no other formatting. So here, what are the number of invoices you want to print here? Number of invoices are 1. What is the date? He is mentioning the what is the date example. So dd is 14 November 2017. So all these parameters you have mentioned here. Submit. These are the all attributes have been assigned. Submit. XX item key already exists. So what is the item key you want to use? 68. 68. Okay, now it is fine. The owner of this particular workflow is sysadmin only. So log out. Who got this particular workflow? C Brown only you got, right? We have not changed any default parameter to the supervisor. That's why it is going to C Brown. See here, this is a notification which we have got now. See the count of invoices we have got here, date also we have got. And don't think about the format. We will see in the HTML body. Now the same workflow I want to forward it. That's it. So now it is not there. Now I want to run the same workflow from the backend. Let us see whether it is possible or not. Just now we have discussed how to run this one. Now I would like to give here 69. Here I have who is the owner of this particular workflow, operations. So operations also can see the status of this particular workflow. What is item key? This is item key. And who is the supervisor? Who is the supervisor? C Black, not Brown. C Brown. C Black is the supervisor. And what is the count? For testing purpose, I'm showing here 2. For testing purpose, I'm showing here 2. Actually, it is 1 only. So I'm running it. Now the workflow have been kicked. Who got this notification? Who is the performer here? C block. C block is a performer, because when you go to notification node, you see here item attribute is supervisor. To the supervisor, what is the value you have given? C block. So go to C block. C block is a user. Welcome is a password. Here he got the notification. See here, the number of count is 2. Report date also you have got. So in this way we can work with date and as well as number. For example, for explaining it, I have used this one and date. And if you want to kick it from the backend, if you want to assign the number value, you have to use this procedure. If you want to date value to the attribute, you have to use this procedure. If it is a text, you have to use this one. This is very, very important. Please try to concentrate and work on it. And please watch next coming videos. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video session we will look into attributes. Type is lookup. So far we have covered attribute with text, attribute with number, and attribute with, so totally 3 types are covered. Now in this video session we will concentrate on attributes with lookup. Just I would like to open my existing workflow, apps wish. What is your workflow name? XXMRA, sending notification to the manager. Observe here, this is my item type. So in the previous case, text is covered, number is covered, and date is covered. Now let me show you the drawback of this particular workflow. Go to sysadmin. Now go to workflow, web application, workflow administrator, web application, administrator workflow, and home. Now go to developer studio. Now here use your item type and run here. See here, I would like to give here item type as 82. Okay, anything already 82 is used. 83. Okay, I would like to use here also 83. Now I want to give supervisor here, the person who is having sysadmin responsibility, sysadmin access. He might know the supervisor, he might not know the supervisor. So he is giving C block. mistake have been given. I have given the number of count of invoices having in holds are 1. Date is 16 November 2017. Now click on submit. The workflow will submitted successfully, but if you go for status monitor, if you query with your item type with item key ET3, then if you see what is the error message you have got, C block is not a C black is a valid, C block is not valid username. This is the issue. Means in order like your concurrent program, whenever there is a concurrent program submitting by the user, there in the SRS window you will provide the value set value LOV for each and every parameters wherever required. So in that case, how you are prepared, how you are going to provide LOV by using value set. Similar to that case, here we can provide LOV to your variable called supervisor. When you run this again, if you provide here drop down list, already it is showing it is not a drop down, already used components are showing. Just I'm deleting all this. When you submit, when you provide here the valid supervisors, then the user is not going to select the wrong supervisors. So for that purpose, we are going to use lookups. Here instead of using text here, I would like to use lookup. Then whatever the values are there in the lookup, those values will be displayed in the front end. Text is nothing but none value set, and lookup is nothing but independent value set. That is the analogy between the Oracle apps and your workflow. Lookup attribute with lookup is nothing but it will behaves like your independent value set, and text is nothing but none value set in your workflow. So now I would like to use here lookup. Before going for lookup, I need to create a lookup type here. I need to create a new lookup type under which you need to provide the values, independent values. First, what you do in your value set creation, you need to give your name of your value set, then go to values, then you have to give values in that particular value set. In the same way, first you need to create a lookup type here, xxmgr list, mgr list, mgr list. I just created the lookup type here. Now under this lookup type, I would like to create what are the supervisors available to whom you want to send this particular flow. You need to decide. You know that first person who is having rights is first person is per all people f where person id is equal to 31. This person is having rights. Casey Brown, this particular person is having total rights to approve this particular workflow. First supervisor we have decided, and after that I need to know what is the application user name. See, everything we are doing within the Oracle apps, not outside the Oracle app. So I need to know the application user. How can I get application user? FND user is a table which stores the user information where employee ID is equals to 31. Means to this employee, what is the associated user ID, application user ID you are finding. This is your application user name for Brown Casey. Now, who is the other person having the rights to approve this one other than Brown Casey? Now you will decide. Whoever is the supervisor to the Brown Casey, he is having the right to approve. So totally two persons, the Brown Casey and Brown Casey supervisor. So supervisor information is stored in per all assignments F, where person ID is equal to 31 and end date active. Let me show you the column. End date effective end date and effective end date greater than or equal to sys date. In case if it is having NVL, you need to handle it NVL sys date. If it is NVL means there is no value, then it will treat as sys. If it is end date active means the person is not end dated till. If it is null, then it will take sys date. That who is the supervisor for this particular person? 60606505. He is a supervisor for Brown Casey. Let me show you the employee name. Paral people F where person ID is equals to 6505. This person is having rights. If in case Brown Casey is not approving, so this person is having rights. But what is the application user ID for this username for this particular employee? Means select star from same table you need to use here, FND user where employee ID is equal to person ID from the paral. So this is the application user. So I need to provide the LOV with what values? C Brown and W Chuker. So I would like to create a lookup code C Brown. But what must be the display name to the user? The name of the employee should be displayed. Here it is something like your display name. The user will see this particular name only, not this name. But the notification or your attribute will access the internal name. That is the meaning of this one. Next, second value is go to your lookup type. Right click, new lookup code. What is the next user ID? Username. This is a username. Click on this one. And what is the name of this particular user? William. So in this way we will be using. Now the lookup is ready to use. Now to whom you want to provide LOV here? Supervisor only, right? So I am changing LOV from the null text to lookup. What is the lookup you want to attach? Similar to your attaching your value set to your parameter. Here MGR list. So click on apply. Okay. Now validate it. Our file verify successfully verified. I would like to save it into the database. Now it is successfully saved into your database. When you submit previously, you are not getting here any LOV, right? Now let us see whether you are going to get it or not. Go to home, go to web workflow administrator web application, administrator workflow and home. Now here go to developer studio. What is your item type? This is a item type. Run it. Now if you observe here, I would like to give here 84 as your item key. Here also 84 as your item key, user key. Then here if you observe how many values you are getting here, 2 values. So user is able to select any one of the supervisor. Now the count is 1 and date is 16 November 22nd. Submit. So in this way, we will be using your lookup. It is lookup type. It is similar to your providing the value set to your parameter in your concurrent program. And here we have only possibility for till now, only possibility is independent value set we can provide, and we are not having any access providing. We are not having chance to provide what you call table value set like that. For now, we can provide only independent value set. Now let us see the tables which are affected when we create a attribute, when we create a lookup, when we create a lookup type and lookup values. Select star from. First we will see what are the tables affected when the attribute is created under an item type. Select star from WF lookup, sorry, WF item attributes, where item type is equals to what is your item type? What is your item type? Go to item. This is your item type. See here, what are the attributes you are having under this particular item type? Supervisor, count of invoices, date. These are all display names. Just go to view, go to developer view, then you will see the internal names of each and every attribute. What is the first attribute having the name internal name? Supervisor. Here also supervisor. And second one is count of INV. And third one is date. Third one is date here. If you observe here sequence, first it will be displaying what? Supervisor. Second it is second is count of INV, and third is date. Here also similar. See here, first sequence is supervisor and count of INV and date. This is a sequence you can find from here. And if you want to find out display names, you need to use your TL, translated view. In order to see the display name as well as your description, you need to use here So coming to this one, the attributes stored table are WF attributes, item attributes, or WF item attributes TL. These are the two tables will be affected. Now when we create the lookup, let us see what are the tables affected. Select star from WF lookup types, where item type is equals to your item type. If you observe here, we are not maintaining any IDs. The main column is item type only in this workflows. That's why we are giving item key every time when we submit it, to know what is the which workflow is submitted by whom, to maintain the uniqueness of this particular workflow. So these are the two lookup types we are having, but I don't see any lookup values under these two particular lookup types. Here mgr list is there, xx mra mgr action is there. These two are the lookup types only, but under mgr list I can see two values, but here I don't see, right? So for that I need to use another table called select star from wf lookups, where lookup type is equals to, where lookup type is equal to, what is a lookup type? This is the lookup type. So these are the two values we are having. Under mgr list we are having how many values here? Two values. So same thing you can find. If you want to find out for other lookup type, just use this one, place your lookup type name. How many values are there? Four values are there. In this way we can work with the tables. And one more table you can find, we will discuss in the next video. In the next video we will discuss about how we can use lookups in the notification. So as of now we have seen how we can use lookups with associated with the attributes, and while submitting the workflow we are seeing the LOV. But I want another requirement. When we send the notification, I want to have the list of values. Let me show you the example. When I open it, this is a notification. This is not already submitted. When we in this particular video we have discussed, when we submit the workflow to the parameter or to the attribute, how we can provide LOV. But next video we will discuss how we can provide LOV when we submit already notification, and in the notification I want to see the LOV like this. These are the three values I need to provide. This is the last case in the lookups. Please watch next video. Thanks for watching. Hi friends, in this video we will concentrate on other way of using of lookups. So when we send the notification, I want to give to this particular performer list of values. So what is the requirement is, here when the workflow is clicked, and information which we will be sending is invoice hold information to the notifier. The first person who we can send to, two persons, one is Casey, second one is William. So once the notification is sent to this particular notification system, notifier, he can approve, he can reject, he can forward. Once when he approves, it should go to the persons who are going to release the holds, the employees who is going to release the hold. Once the supervisor approves, it should go to the person who is under this particular supervisor to release the holds. This is my requirement. So I need to give here, I need to, when the notification is sent to the supervisor, I need to give the LOV with the employees who are going to release the holds. And second requirement is, if the supervisor is busy or he don't want to approve, he want to get the approval from his manager, this particular supervisor manager, so he can forward to the supervisor manager. When he approves when he approves when he approves again, it will go to this particular the person who is working under this person only, not this person, this particular supervisor. So my requirement is, when the notification is sent to the supervisor, he is able to approve. Once he approves, it should go to the persons who are going to release the holds. That is the first case. We need to give the list of LOV for the employees. And second one is, when he want to forward to his supervisor, we need to provide the LOV to forward the notification. These are the two requirements we are going to implement now. So for that, we need to have we need to create here one more attribute. What is the attribute means? Internal name. Internal name is list of employee. Employee. What is the type here? We need to have here lookup. What is the lookup type? We have not created it. So we would like to make this particular one first text, because I need to create the lookup type here. Create here. Lookup type is employee list. Employee list. Employee list. Employee list. So employee list lookup type is created, but to whom you want to send this particular notification? From the supervisor. From the supervisor, when he approves, it should go to notification to the employees who are working in this particular under this particular supervisor. So first we need to decide that to whom you want to send. Let us open Toad. Okay. Apps. Now let us see. I want to pick 3 employees who are working under Paral assignment all, where supervisor ID is equal to 31. I want to see who are the employees working under person 31, that is Brown Casey. So these are the 36 employees who are working under him or her. And end date and effective end date is greater than this date. So totally 22 employees are there. I want to select 3 employees among this. Take person ID here. Okay. I want to select here. 4384 29 and 298. These three employees I would like to select. And for that, I need to know what are the names of these employees. What is the name of the employee? Select star from for all people F, where employee, where person ID in end date is greater than 68. So three employees we have got. So I want to have here full name, and for at the same time I would like to have the application username also, fnd user fu, and here fu dot employee id is equal to, you take this one alias as ppf dot person id. So here I would like to have username. So this is application username, this is the name of the employee. So these are the three employees I want to have as a LOV, and these are the three person who can release notification uh, invoice holds, and the supervisor can forward to these three persons. That is my requirement. So now I would like to create a lookup type. What is the lookup type? Already created, right? Lookup code. First lookup code is first employee name. Internal name must be your same as your application username, and display name must be your employee name. And second one is internal name must be your employee application name, application username. Next, third one is third lookup value is, yes, you can have 10, more than 3 also, but for this demo I'm using only 3 values. Let me prepare that. Yes, lookup is created. Now I need to assign this particular lookup type employee list to this particular list of employee, and here I should use here lookup. What is the lookup type we have created? Employee list. Now where you want to get this particular lookup values in the notification, right? So if you want to access it, just send it to your message. You should send it to the message list, to the message. Now you are able to get the LOV in the front end. Your development is completed. See what we have done. We have created the lookup list of values for the employees, and we have created one attribute with lookup only. We have created one lookup here, and we are sending it to the message. We are moving that particular attribute under message, and observe here you are having source as send only, and we are having respond also. We will discuss it later session. What is the purpose of the respond? Send only we are going to use here. Okay, validate it. Okay, save as apps quiz. So before saving that, I would like to check it from the front end whether how it is working. Go to sysadmin first. Before applying our changes to the database, existing one, how it is working, I would like to show you. Go to demo, workflow administrator web application. Second one is administrator workflow. Go to home. Now go to developer studio. Now here give your item type name. Go. Now run it. When you run it, it will ask for item key. Item key I am giving around 84. It is already given 85. 85. So here I would like to send it to the brown KC, and number of invoices is 1 and date is 16th November. Submit. Now it is kicked from the front end. Go to status monitor. 84, right? Go to check your status of your workflow and go. Now it is not active. It is go to activity history. Now it is with the Tucker William. We have sent it to the performer Tucker William. So let us open it. See here, you are not getting anything here, any list of value here. Just you can approve, reject, acknowledge. These buttons only you can press. No other details you are able to see here. Now let us apply our changes. Let us apply our changes. Save as apps. See, earlier we have submitted to whom? Brown Casey, right? Let me check once. Go. So highest one is 85. Okay. So when you open it, active history. So it is notified to Brown Casey. Open. Now the notification has no only possibility of the performer can approve or acknowledge or forward, reject, resend, and request for information. These 5 buttons only, 6 buttons only he can press, but no other details are available in the front end when the notification got to sent to the supervisor. Now let us apply our changes. Now it is saved perfectly. Now I would like to submit again this notification. Let us see. Run it. Now open this particular one. Okay. And number of invoice is 1. I'm not giving anything to the employee. I'm giving the date here. And item key is 86. User key is also 86. Submit. See, employee information, I have not given anything here. Just go to status. Yeah. Who got this information? Brown Casey, right? C Brown. When you get it, notification, you find here. And see here, we are not getting LOV here. If you send this particular attribute from here to here, it is not going to show. You need to change the setting as source as respond. Source as respond. Otherwise, it won't show in the front end. So what we have done, lookup has been created, lookup type has been created, and we have created one attribute which is called list of employee. To this particular attribute, we have attached that lookup type, and we have copied this one. You just drag and drop to the message like this, and go to that particular attribute, and source must be respond. Then only you will get the source must be respond. Then only you will get LOV in the front end when the notification have been fired. Just validate it, no errors. So now you didn't get right, now you will get it. Just save into the database. Now just go to application again. Just you do, for avoiding confusion, here I want to approve it. Just approve or reject. Okay, it has some issue because we have not given any value. We'll log out from here, and we will log in again here, sysadmin, and we will submit the workflow from the front end again. Submit sysadmin welcome is the password. So in the front end you didn't get LOB, right? Now you will see the LOB once you use attribute with the response. Go to developer studio, submit again, run. Now I would like to give here 90, 91. You can give same thing, no problem. Supervisor is Brown Casey, number of invoices 1, and date is November 16th, 2017. Workflow has been, so it is sent to whom? Brown Casey. Let us try to go log into the Brown Casey and see here. This is a workflow which is clicked on now. Now see here, you are getting dropped now. And how we can make this mandatory and everything we will handle in the functions. Now we are just providing functions, means functional. We are checking the functionalities. We are seeing the all options provided by the Oracle in the workflow. In this way we provide LOV. We have seen 4 cases. We can use the lookup type for the lookups. Lookup type can be used in order to provide, in order to divert the workflow, or in order to change the direction of the workflow. First purpose. Second purpose is in order to provide the buttons in the front end, and third purpose is in order to give the LOV to the attribute when we are submitting the parameter. And fourth one is in order to give the LOV in the notification also. These are the 4 usages of the lookup types. So far we have covered in this attribute section text and number, as well as lookup, as well as date. These are the 4 things completed. And in the lookup we have seen the 2 cases. This is the end of video. In the next video we will concentrate on roles. That is also very, very important. From the back end, how we can create a dynamic role, and from the from the front end, how we can create a global role, we will see. Thanks for watching. Please watch next video. Hi friends, in the last video session we have covered lookup types, and we have implemented the functionalities. This performer, how to send the notification to this particular performer we have seen. If he want to approve, he need to, once he approves, it has to go to the person who is going to release the hold. So we have provided the list, 3 employees to whom he can send Horton, Gray, Kingston. To these 3 employees they can send. Now if the supervisor want to forward to the manager of the supervisor, I want to provide the LOV. Same which we have done, the case is same. Let me implement that one also in this particular workflow. when we apply, when we run the workflow, you'll understand now. Let me open the front end. Let me run this particular workflow. Run the workflow. Item key is 95, 92. I'm using the same item key as user key also. Supervisor is KC. Number of invoice is 1. I don't want to select here. I want to select date. It is submitted. It is going to the brown key. Click on OK. Now log out from the sysadmin. It is the workflow have been kicked. I want the workflow is kicked to the C brown. So that's why I'm opening this particular user and see here. Here, if he want to approve, once he approves, it has to go to this employee or any one of the employee. I want to select this Kingston. But if he want to forward, so here, if you observe here, this notification have 4 directions. One is approve, one is reject, one is forward, one is acknowledge. So each and every transition has its own importance. Now we are discussing about, we have covered this one. If he approves, it will go in this direction. So once he approves, he need to send the same notification to the person who is going to release the notification, release the hold, AP invoice hold. If he want to send it for further approval, he need to forward. To whom he want to forward, we are going to give the LOB here. That is our requirement. See here, for the same, for the requirement, for that requirement, we need to create one more lookup. First, to whom you want to send, that is MGR, just MGR, manager, manager, manager. And who is the manager of this particular person? You know, right? Who is the manager? Yeah. We have already defined the list of values, I think. First, I would like to create a type. Manager. Manager is, who is a manager? Let me try to check who is a supervisor. He is a supervisor. No lookup code. So he is the supervisor. What is the name of this particular person? Tucker. Mr. Yeah. This is a display name. Okay. Now the lookup is created. Now I need to create one more lookup or one more attribute under the attributes. Now how can I create it is forward to. Forward to. Forward to. Description is also same. So here the type should be lookup type. Here manager is a lookup type. Apply. Now validate. Okay. Now I need to send this to the message. If you listen to the previous session, you understand everything now. And the attribute must be having the respond. Otherwise, it will not show in the notification. This is very, very important. And save as. That's why I'm not explaining much. Apps list. What it is saying. Save as. Apps list. Now it is saved to the database. Now I would like to submit it from the front end. What is the user ID you need to log in? Sysadmin. Now open Workflow Administrator Web Applications Developer Studio. Now go to your item type and run your workflow. And what is item type? Item key you want to give here is 93. Here also 93. And to whom you want to send? Brown Casey. And number of invoices is 1. And employee I don't want to select. This one is 16. Forward to is also not required. Okay. Now it is kicked from the front end. Now let me show you when the notification is kicked to the CBRON, how it looks. This is a notification which we got. See here. Employee, if he want to approve, employee is mandatory. If he want to send it to forward, he need to select the manager list here. Earlier we have got only to whom you want to send. The CBRON is sending to this employee for what? For clearing the invoice hold. And if the CBRON is sending forward to, means CBRON is sending for approval, further approval. This must be null. Or you can have this particular one also. He's going to select the employee to whom you want to send. But before that, he wants the approval from the William. That is the purpose. This is the second one. So he is approving. It is completed.